Start from the beginning. What did you think of Gonsolin today?
I just thought his stuff wasn't very sharp. He still was finding ways to get some outs. Left 2 splits, a little bit up. I thought Brady did a really nice job of hitting on that split for the homer. But it just didn't seem like today the stuff had a whole lot of teeth. There wasn't a whole lot of strikeouts, swing and miss, and it just seemed like they were kind of finding ways to put the ball in play. For me, he wanted to stay in there for the 6th inning, but I just felt with the top of the lineup coming again, I just felt giving them a different look gives us the best chance to keep the game, at hand, to give us a chance to win the ball game. I think it's just one of those things that it was a grind.
Have you guys been looking for the reason why this stuff hasn't quite been there this year for him? I know velocity-wise, everything's kind of came down a little bit.
No. There's been some starts in there where the slider's really sharp. I think just the last couple of starts he's been throwing that split again versus the straight change. The curveball wasn't really particularly sharp for me today, but as far as overall, I don't know that answer.
Are you starting to get worried at all that it's not been as sharp for him? 3 or 4 now?
No, I think it's been, I think it's just been, I think we're always kind of searching and trying to figure out what we can do, but, he's a guy that we certainly count on to go deeper in a game. But, from my chair, you're still trying to watch the game and see the swings and, make decisions at that point in time. But Tony's working hard and he takes very good care of himself, so I have all the confidence in the world that the next one, you're going to see more of what we're expecting from him.
How much that 8th inning, Freddie getting his 2000th hit, how much did it just kind of add to that rally with a milestone going like that in the crowd?
It was great. It was great. It's a sign of having a lot of good players where it seems like every few weeks there's a milestone, and JD's not far behind him with the homers, getting close to that. But they had 2 outs. They kept us at bay for quite some time, and you hit Mookie 3-2 and sort of woke us up a little bit. And Freddie hits a double, and so I thought Will got it to a good count and fouled off a 3-1 pitch, and then homered right there. So just continued to show the fight, and we had our chances, in the extra frames, and just unfortunately those guys, were better in the extra frames.
How much do you feel like that double down line kind of freed things up for Freddie a little bit? Because I know obviously 2000 probably been on his mind last week or so.
It did. I'm sure going into this homestand, he was hoping to do it in front of his home fans, and the double the other way, I think, freed him up a little bit.
You watched him for so many years on the other side. How much have you learned to kind of appreciate it now that he's on your side?
I just marvel at his consistency, his everyday workman-like attitude. Hasn't been great the last week, but you can pencil him in there, and he's going to give you his best every single day. And so for me, that's huge. And obviously the results, the performance is always going to be there too.
And you felt today a little bit short, but this week overall, was this kind of a week that you guys just kind of needed?
It was. I thought we got some breaks, we made our own breaks, and if you look back at a week ago, we're in a much better spot. So, it's always tough to lose the last one, but to look back and say you won a series against a good ball club, and we got to go into Denver for 3. So I feel we got some momentum, and we got Clayton going on Tuesday, and feel good about that.
Does this matchup with the Astros, has it worn off enough that it just feels like another series against another good team?
I think for us in the clubhouse, certainly where, when Altuve and Bregman get in there, it's a different story, but I think for us, we're just trying to win a ball game, and it's a good ball club.
How do you evaluate the bullpen today? It has to complicate it with the place runner and all that, but...
Yeah, I think as far as the bullpen, I thought they were great. There was a runner at second base that, scored twice. But I thought they threw the baseball well. I did. And once we got into some tougher spots, Yancey made pitches, Bruce Starr with the big double play. I thought Mookie made a heck of a play on that. And then besides that, I thought Fergie threw the baseball well, Brazier, Robertson, who hasn't pitched in a week. So across the board, I thought the bullpen was fine.
You still a fan of the runner on second?
I think so. I think it's, I'm all right with it.
Dave, there's been a level of explosiveness in the series to start every game with Mookie's leadoff homer today. To late in games yesterday, you had the rally, the comeback attempt today. You said you feel like you have momentum from this series. What's the biggest thing that you can take away from this?
I think the biggest thing is, I think overall as a pitching staff, we're doing a pretty good job. I think we're staying in ball games, we're finding ways to win. I think for the offense, it's a little, we get out hot and then we cool down for about 5 or 6 innings and we turn it back on late, where I think, certainly in Colorado, where there's a lot of hits out there, a lot of runs to be had, we got to be more consistent offensively. And so getting Muncy back on Tuesday, I think will help that out. So that's something that I'm more looking forward to.
2017 was a long time ago. Both teams looked tremendously different, but do you feel, especially from the players who weren't here in 27, Mookie, Freddie, do you feel like there's any bit more oomph when you go against the Astros?
I don't think so. I think that we've got a handful of guys that are still here that certainly it probably rattles some memories, some thoughts, some history. But the majority of the guys were in other places and read about it, or some guys were probably at college. So I don't think that playing that club over there we need any more incentive than just to beat them.